Welcome for our online training sessions. We are going to discuss about Oracle Fusion Global Payroll module. So in this module, what we are going to discuss, that's what we are going to see that here it is. So when it comes to the payroll module, here we will find different legislation payrolls. When we are learning global HR module, most of the things, whatever setups are there, those all are same. We don't find much difference because that is based on the country, whatever we are going to implement, enterprise structure or workforce structure or approvals, these all are common. But when it comes for the payroll module, as well as the absence modules and other compensation and benefits, obviously it depends on the legislation. These all are different. For US payroll, different taxes and deductions and elements, calculation codes. Same thing for UK legislation will find different. UAV legislation will find different. India country legislation is completely different. But global payroll is going to be suitable for all the countries, means all the legislations. We'll find it for all the legislations, whenever we are going to have this legislations, that's that particular one, it will work. Okay, so when we talk about the payroll module, value sets and flex fields, of course, it's a general topic. It will not come under the payroll module because it comes under all the modules. It's not only in payroll, global HR, options, everywhere we will find the flex fields and value sets. Even in financials and supply chain management also will find the flex fields. Okay, so actual implementation for payroll module starts from here. From here it will be starting, like configuration of legislative data group, the payroll, and where we are going to specify the currency as well as the cost allocation key flex field structure to calculate the payroll cost. And then we are going to have the legal employer, PSU, tax reporting unit, and then primary ledger business unit configuration, as well as the bank setup we are going to have. So because when we are going to dispatch the salaries to the employees, from which bank account we are going to dispatch, that we are supposed to choose. In case if the financial team has been implemented this, for example, the banks has already configured in financials by the finance functional consultant, so we can go ahead with using that. But we are supposed to enable that bank account for the payroll, then it's going to work. Okay, so if not, obviously it's our responsibility as a payroll consultant, we are supposed to configure. Then for reporting point of view and also for consolidation point of view, because when we are having multiple payrolls, like maybe we are going to have weekly payroll, monthly payroll, bi-weekly payroll, in that scenario we are supposed to define a consolidation group, and then we will go ahead with running the payroll by selecting this consolidation. And then we are going to have, and then we will be having the payment methods. Payment method is basically when the organizations wants to go for make the payments to the employees. Yes, here we have different types of payment methods. We have organization payment method, personal payment method, and third-party payment method. So basically, payment method is going to combine three components. One is currency, which currency you are going to make the payment, and another one is a payment method, is it check or any other format you are going to make the payment, and another one is the payment source, nothing but from which bank account you are going to make the payment, right? After that, we are going to specify, this is like organization payment method. It's required for every organization when we are implementing. In case if we are not implementing the personal payment method, then obviously system will consider this organization payment method is the default for an employee. Otherwise, we can create our own employee personal payment method, and where we will go for configure the bank account of an employee. Third-party payment method is basically when the organizations are going to make the payments to the organization or a person who are not on our payroll. So third party means a person or organization who is not on our payroll, will call them as a third party. So that for them, if we are going to make the payment, then it's going to be used third party payment method here. So when it comes for the defining payroll definitions where we are going to specify the payroll periods. Is it monthly or weekly? And then we will go for set up that the period options different. And then when it comes to element classifications, element eligibility, and retro pay proration methods, these all are very important. Whenever the organizations are going to be make the payment, when it's going to be here, it will be specified here. It is. Okay, so the element is very important when the organizations are going to have the pay slips, then there will be an element here. It is. There will be an element options over here. It is. So we will have earning and deduction elements, and different types of elements will have an inventory, voluntary, involuntary elements, and then we are going to have. So the element, whenever we are going to define, we'll choose that classification. It comes under which classification, primary or secondary classifications and sub-classifications. We have this. And then whenever we are working with the elements, we'll be working with basic element, bonus, as well as we are going to work with the deduction elements, and then how we can go for assign these elements. One element to one employee will run that payroll, and multiple elements to the multiple elements to multiple payroll. And we are going to discuss how we can run the payroll in different ways, like in the sense how we can run the payroll for single employee, how we can run the payroll for multiple employees, how we can run the payroll for all the employees. Like we have different types like quick pay, and by using the object group, we can configure a group of people and we can run the payroll. And we have the standard payroll where we will be running for all the employees. So while running the payroll, we'll be submitting multiple processes and reports. We must be very clear those processes, around 10 to 12 processes and reports will be there. Those things we have to submit in a sequence order, one by one. When we are doing all this, we'll be getting some output and we are going to analyze the output. In case of errors, we are supposed to verify those errors. What was the problem? And those things we have to rectify. In case, let's say we are working in payroll support project, during that the clients will be running the payroll every month or every week or bi-weekly. When they run the payroll, during that they may get some errors. So obviously they'll raise a ticket. We are supposed to go through that and clarify that as per the issues, whatever we have received. So that time we'll have a different payroll, and we'll be talking about the payroll costing. Costing is basically when the organizations are paying the salaries to the employees, then they are going to specify the cost at element wise as well as element eligibility, and also the business unit department, different levels. The cost can be accumulated. And that time we can go for define the hierarchy and set up these options. And we'll have a prepayment and payroll tasks and reports. This is very important. Prepayments and retro pay, proration, how it will work, and the definitions that we are going to work in our payroll. And let's see the post payroll process and reports. That's what we are going to work. It is here. Okay. This is an just a very high level introduction payroll. What is actually the payroll module in Oracle Fusion Cloud, and how we are going to implement this payroll, and the sequence of setups which we will perform during the implementation for the client. These are mandatory setups we are supposed to implement. There are some other setups which we will be going to consider, but those all are optional, not mandatory. But these all are mandatory, which we will perform in the sequence order. Here it is. Okay. Thank you.